Hello, welcome. My name is San. This is a reading today for Aquarius. There are no dates on my readings. I trust that when they find you, if they resonate, then they're yours at that time. Aquarius, your reading was a long time in coming this morning. I was playing with many decks and none of them were talking to me. I was starting to get really discouraged, and then I pulled out these decks and your reading just blossomed in a really beautiful, magical way. And I feel like that's actually part of your reading. You may have been experiencing that. So we've got the Knight of Cups on the split. That talks to me about a love song and the change of seasons underneath that. And at the bottom of the deck is 10 the roots of reciprocity. This is interesting because there is a question in your reading today about who's going towards who. So that could be answering my question. I'll get to it in a moment. But the love song here is something that is maybe a big part of this transformation for you, is the fact that music is playing a big role. Because I'm seeing that already with the Queen of Cups on the table. It's like listening to music is helping you to get through the hardship of the kind of, it's not a dark night of the soul. It's just a moment of quietude where nothing much is happening. Kind of like going over the winter. We could be talking about spring. Did it say something about that? Change, because the change of season cards is here. The change of season card is here, and that could be talking about this is all ripe for when the seasons are about to change. We are about to move into winter. It's a strange year this year. It's almost as if we had here in Canada a little mini winter for a week or two, and then it went right back to being a really nice warm fall. Okay, overall energy from the Lefruma Healing Oracle for Aquarius. Aquarius and their friend is what I was hearing. For Aquarius and their friend. Okay. So you've got ripen and mature. Sublime things improve with time. Some reach their fullest bloom and mature with so much room to still fine-tune their burgeoning maturation. We must all grow generously wise. And then the past whirlpool is underneath that. That's why I feel like you're coming out of this whirlpool energy and into this ripened space. It's almost as if you're skipping over winter. I know I'm being kind of naive in the fact that I'm hoping we get a very warm winter this year. I don't want to have big blizzards and lots of snowfall. I'm hoping that it's more of just a gray and brown winter with more rain, which is interesting because you've got the no more rain today on the table, but let's get to that in a moment. So you're beginning your reading here with the World card, which is talking about coming to the end of a cycle. And if I could pick it up, the transformation card. And what it was looking like, I almost at this point thought that this might be a collective reading because it's talking about the world is beginning to transform and open up and blossom for you. There's something going on with you. I feel like it's very kind of private and internal just because of the rest of the cards that come out on the table. But it is this blossoming. It could be this heart activation. It's like your chakras are opening up in a really beautiful way. It could be happening kind of spontaneously. With the Queen of Cups coming next is talking about music. You already had that here on the table with the Knight of Cups. It's like you're getting messages through the music. Everything that you're hearing on the radio, maybe even in stores, if they're not just playing Christmas music around the clock, is a message for you, and it's helping to open up your heart in a way that's transforming your world in a really powerful way, because we've got the No Rain Today card on the table, which talks to me about, well, I get that Blind Melon song about, I can't remember the name of the song now, but I was just singing it as I was getting ready to record. All I can say is that my life is pretty plain. That's what you're coming out of, a phase of plainness and into a space where you're going to be kind of working with the mechanics of reality in a way that may surprise you. That's what this card talks to me about. It talks about looking behind the walls of reality. I'm not sure why or how that ever came to be, but one day it was just talking to me about that. It's talking about understanding the mechanisms of how the cosmos work and how the manifestation works. And that's kind of what's blossoming for you right now because of this inner work that you've been doing with the Grow Your Wishes card. It's funny, I was just thinking today about how I've brought all my plants in for the winter, and one of them has a dandelion growing in it. And that's what this card is reminding me of. It's like I was thinking about how nice it would be to have just a big pot of dandelions growing all winter so that you can make tea or salad with it. But at some point, the dandelion would begin to flower, and you would get those beautiful dandelion fluffs that would be moving around your space and contaminating all of your other plants. But this was talking about a wish that is growing kind of behind the scenes, which is starting to make itself known to you right now because of all of the work that you've been doing. I'm seeing very clearly that you've been doing a lot of inner work. It's the reason why this is happening right now. It's like this sudden surprise that things are opening up in a way that isn't necessarily timely. It's like with that, especially with that change of seasons card, it's like the seasons are changing when they're not supposed to be changing. They're changing ahead of time, for example, or maybe we are talking about kind of a forecast into the next season. We could be talking about that. It's like this could be kind of giving you advice about how to cultivate your winter, is almost like grow a lot of flowers indoors, especially dandelions, because dandelions hold within them the promise of hope and wishes coming true, especially once that fluff starts to bloom, right? So if you have dandelion fluff in your house, it's a really good sign that you're on the verge of this manifestation. You've got the Mermaid's Love and the Inhale Permission, Exhale Relief card, which is coming up next. And it feels to me like, how do I talk about this? The Mermaid's Love is talking about a deep meditative, contemplative space where you're looking at and maybe even speaking to the artwork in the space. It's like you have a meditation space that has photography and paintings all around that you can see if you open your eyes. And it's like you've been spending time expressing, even if it's just breathing, doing breath work in companionship with the artwork that's in your room, if that makes any space. I mean, any sense. It makes space. That's interesting. If that makes space. It is like you're creating a space. It's like you're creating a sacred space within your meditation room. Maybe you even have the dandelions in there with you. This could be some advice if you still have dandelions kicking around, to bring them indoors. Even if it's just one little teacup with one dandelion sprout. It's like there's something about that, about when the dandelion blooms, because I brought all my plants in and they looked like they were getting ready to hibernate for the winter, but because of the house is nice and warm and the sun is coming through the windows, suddenly they're all blossoming. So that's kind of what we're talking about cheating winter in a sense. You could create a climate within your meditation space or just within your home that is cultivating this hopeful energy that is somehow related to this mermaid's love. I was going to say mermaid's dream, because it does look like a very dreamy card. It's talking about somebody at a distance that you're, I guess, thinking a lot about. You're thinking a lot about them, but you're not communicating with them, at least not yet. That could be what's coming up here, although it feels more like a female companionship that's coming up in the second row. But there is a love relationship on your mind as you're meditating. It's like, there was a reading I did, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago that was talking about kind of like talking to old photographs, voicing it. That's what the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups are talking about, with maybe even talking about singing. If you feel compelled to project your voice while you're in meditation, or maybe that's just happening naturally, like a channeling state. You could be even speaking like light codes. If sounds are just emitting from you, that's a beautiful space of attunement that's helping to bring in this beautiful blossoming and transformation of your world. It's like it's right on the verge of opening up, or it actually actively is opening up, because it feels like, you feel to me like I've got these two meditation chairs right behind the camera, and I sit and sometimes I sit with a friend and meditate. But recently, whenever I sit to meditate, I can only stay for a brief time before I'm compelled to get up and do something. Usually it's something in my space. It's like cleansing, purging, organizing, shifting things around. So you could be feeling that impulse to get up and do, or to open your, especially with this card here, to open your mouth. See how she's exhaling? So a sound could be coming from you, even if it's just your breath. Doing breath work is still an expression of, it's kind of like by doing that breath work, the dandelion fluff is going to be moved around the space. If that makes any sense, I hope I'm making sense. It's basically talking about all of this kind of inner work or quiet work that you're doing in your home. It could even just be kind of feng shuiing and decorating your space in a way that is cultivating the magic. Because I'm seeing with this Ace of Cups, this is where it all burst forth. It's like you're in a moment of stillness with all of these cards. These cards are all looking like one big meditation to me. So it's like maybe you are practicing meditation in a way that, like, really putting a lot of focus on. It doesn't have to be meditation specifically, but just being quiet, staying off your devices, staying off your phone in a way that, like, you're not communicating through your phone. You're just sitting and wishing and dreaming and speaking to the environment around you, kind of speaking things into being, is a really powerful way to spend the darker months if you are in winter. Let me just block the sun here because it glares up into my eyes. So this is where the bursting into action, and it's beautiful to me how it's all coming through the Cups cards, because it's either coming through your voice like a love song or a love message, or you could be hearing it, but especially with this exhale card, it seems to me that it's all coming from you, like you are vocalizing something really profound and beautiful. With the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles coming up next, this is where this beautiful female relationship is coming into view for me. It's like this companion that you're searching for. So they're at a distance as well, but they're much more accessible. They've been doing their own work, I'm seeing very clearly. They've got stuff in their hands, and it's almost as if they make their own clothing out of found objects. Is that possible? Almost like a collage, or maybe they are a collage artist. You could be looking at their artwork. Maybe you have a collage of theirs in your space, or something that they've made for you. Kind of like, it's not on camera right now, but I've got Mariana's things that she's made up on my wall. So even though they're not on camera, they're still in my space. They're still resonating her frequency. So I see them, especially when I'm in my meditation chairs. I see her work, and it's like a heart resonance with a dear female friend at a distance. And now it's like you're searching them out for some reason. You're really feeling, it's almost like, it's interesting because it's as if you're meditating or speaking to the photograph on the wall that is of a past love or a love at a distance. And then all of a sudden you're compelled to get up and express yourself very powerfully to this female companion that is at a distance but doesn't have to be. It's just maybe that you haven't reached out to them for a time. With the abracadabra and the joy in the shadows, it's like there's this pent up energy. Well, it's pent up. It's not pent up. It's built up. It's like you're building a charge in your space by doing all of this inner work. It's not just inner. That's the thing. It's kind of like inner, but it's spilling into the outer now, and it's filling your space with light. It's like the space is getting brighter and brighter, and then you have this impulse to get up and move and do and express and communicate, especially with my dear friend coming up next. This is a soulmate card, but I feel very powerfully like, well, it could be either or. It could be that you're searching. It's not that you're searching. You know who your tribe is. You just haven't been communicating with them because everybody's been in this kind of isolation phase, especially here with the snow. It looks like over the winter, or it could even have just been those couple of weeks that we went through here in Canada where we got a lot of snow for a few days or a week, and then it warmed up and it just disappeared as if it never existed. It's like I said, it almost feels like we've cheated winter this year. I know we're not even in December yet, so I'm being hopeful, but that's the whole point. Maybe we can be wishing wishing and dreaming and expressing our way through the winter in a way that makes it pass almost unnoticed, or makes it just have a warmer glow to it, especially if your inner space is full of flowers. I mean, you've got all of these flowers and butterflies, the lotus and the butterflies, and then this beautiful one at a distance that I feel like you may be inviting into your space. But this is what I was talking about with the 10 to the roots of reciprocity. And the Page of Pentacles underneath that. This is a dress made of flowers. This is the thing. So it's like, would that even be possible? You kind of see it here too. It's kind of like this found object kind of, maybe decor, maybe you're decorating your space with found objects, but it's almost like somebody makes their own clothing out of natural, maybe it's just natural fibers. It's almost like weaving floral elements into their clothing. It's actually, I'm wearing my Mariana shirt. She bought me this shirt. It's this beautiful shirt with all these flowers on it. So there's something about that. It's like we're talking about a connection at a distance that is a lot like me and Mariana. If you've been on my channel for a while, especially if you were here when she was here in Canada, you can see what a bond we have. So it's the cards are referencing a relationship that is like that. That is like a soul sister at a distance. But she's not going to be at a distance for very long, because I see with the my dear friend and the Chariot, it's like that's where the impulse is leading you very powerfully to connect with your dear friend. And this is where the reciprocity part comes in, because this card came out, it says RSVP on it. As you can see, she's knocking on the door. I was seeing it for a while as the invitation card. It's like responding to an invite, sending an RSVP to an invitation. So it could be that this friend has invited you, or like just proposed something in the past, and you have yet to get back to them. Because of the card, the receptivity card, it's kind of like the impulse that you're having to get up out of your meditation chair, or to get up out of your hermit space, that it's like you've created this beautiful environment that you are so comfortable within, but you are charging it with all of your soul energy to the point where it's actually pushing you out at this point, because it's like the space is full to the brim. And so now there's this impulse rising up to get up and do and express. And it's interesting to me how that impulse is not necessarily towards this love or this ex-lover, this past relationship. This feels like it's past just because it looks like an old kind of sepia photograph or an art historical painting that would be on the wall that is a kind of a memento from a past love. But there's something about that. It's like this is a touchstone for you. You use it to help cultivate love in your meditations. And that's what is opening the heart. But what may be surprising to you is that when your heart fully opens, the impulse is to go towards this friend, this best friend, this soulmate, this soul sister at a distance. And it could be that maybe you've left something on unread for a while and you're finally responding to them. So I'm not feeling like there's necessarily any intent behind the meditating on this image or thinking about this relationship. It's just that it has such beauty in it. It could just be something that has ended and is, for whatever reason, it's known that it's not ever going to come back in the way that it was before. I mean, it could be somebody who's passed away. So meditating on a passed away loved one, someone in spirit, is helping this whole heart blossoming. And when it does blossom, it goes towards this best friend, because there's something between you and this friend that is yet to be discovered. It's like it's still hanging as a potential. It's like a ripe fruit that's waiting to be picked. But that's the thing about the dandelions. It's talking about that. It's like maybe this is all happening in the spring, but you could be having a premature spring like I'm talking about. It's like somehow time has gotten so strange. The sun has gotten so strange with the no rain today. It's almost like we're not going to have weather this next few months. It's just going to be this even, steady space, but it feels like you're helping to maintain that through all of your breath work, through all of your meditation, through all of your environmental cultivation. You're helping to keep the energy smooth straight into the spring, where then it blossoms out into this expression of love towards this dear friend, and finally responding to, or if it's not responding, it could be that you're delivering something straight to their door. So there could be travel involved here. So I'm going to continue to pull cards and create an extended and see what wants to come out. If it wants to talk more about this friendship or this love relationship in the extended. If you're interested in that, I am now on Patreon. It's a little bit cheaper than my website, a little bit cheaper than Vimeo. It does have a subscription option where you can subscribe to see all of my extendeds for one monthly price. So that link is in the description box. And if not, I will see you next time, Aquarius. Thanks. Bye.